Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to this new episode on the new DLC for the newly released Humankind. It's been out for a few months, but they've got their first DLC, Cultures of Africa, adding a ton of new stuff, new cultures, new things to build, new units to make, and of course, well, new things to conquer, I suppose. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure you go ahead and click, tap, blow up, destroy that like button. Thanks again to Humankind for sponsoring, and thank you very much for subscribing and becoming members and just hanging out. Hey, we've got ourselves 6 new cultures: the Bantu, I'll probably mispronounce a lot of these, the Garamantes, the Maasai, the Swahili, Nigerian, Ethiopian cultures, as well as natural wonders. And I'll put all this up on screen so you can see Lake Natron, Mount Kilimanjaro, Victoria Falls, and Zuma Rock, including the Great Mosque of Djeni, I believe is the new wonder that you can also build as these nations. Really cool to see them adding new content. I'm excited for this and more. So again, thank you very much for joining. All these new units, by the way, in here are like pioneers. We've got nomads and range cavalry, new naval transport units and armored vehicles, cavalry and fortifications that you can build, as well as a lot of farming going on in Africa. With a lot of these nations, it's a really good start. That means you can make a lot of food and build a lot of units, and then, of course, go for your military expansion if you'd like to, or focus more on trade, whatever you'd like to do. Well, Humankind, of course, also has a new tweak to the game mode where if you want to race to space, you definitely can. And that's what's making it more exciting, is that now they've updated it so you can set the wind conditions. So rather than, battling it out by conquering the others or using diplomacy to try to, trade and whatnot, you can also win by being the first to space, or maybe the first to capture the enemy's capital, or whatever you want to do. There's a lot more options for it, and that's pretty exciting that they made some great changes, listening to community feedback, adding more content, and hopefully more content to come. It's good, and now it opens the door to more. I'm looking pretty swank there on the right side, I must say. Good looking character there. Great thing about the game, you can make your own avatar and create your own profile and kind of create your own persona. So if you want to be a harsh leader, or maybe have more careful planning or whatnot, you could definitely do that. Change your appearance. Your appearance will too, based on what culture you go as. Your outfit will change. That's pretty cool. And of course, you can also play with friends. Up to 10 people can play against each other or with each other in multiplayer. All cool stuff in Humankind. All right, without further ado, welcome everybody to the Cultures of Africa DLC. We'll start short and sweet, take a little dabbling into the base game, and you can check out all of this, by the way, down below in the description. All those links are down there for this base game and also the new DLC. All right, without further ado, let's go. And glory to RAPTORIA down below in that comment section as we yet again rebuild in Humankind. Let's go.
Our universe contains infinite stories, most of which are about rocks and ice at sub-zero temperatures in a vacuum. Rather boring. However, on a small damp rock, there is a story that bears a second look. It's your story. But the first 4 billion years or so mostly concern amino acids. Not much of a page turner. But then, over time, the amino acids bond together, and things start to get interesting and a bit drier. A certain subspecies of hominid discovers that you can do more with a sharp rock than annoy your little brother. Tools and weapons are invented. The hominids begin to cooperate. Fire becomes a servant rather than an unpredictable force of nature. They learn to tan the skins of animals for clothing. They learn ways to record and probably exaggerate their adventures. Eventually, these tribes learn to build shelters and immediately hold the first barbecue parties. This is the dawn of humankind. Struggle and cooperation have been rewarded. The Neolithic era draws to a close. The whole world beckons. This tribe has come far, but the rest of their story is your story. You are the one who will build them into a great civilization. How far will you push humankind? Another day, another
Here we
dawn
are.
of humankind. It is time to finish breakfast, give a rousing speech, and leap into the future.
I completely agree, sir. All right, one of the things that I always compliment about this game is the ability for it to kind of be misleading as to what's around you. It's always hard to tell, like, whether or not there's an ocean out there or a river or a massive mountain. And so it always looks like you're on the edge of the world until you kind of discover that, oh, wait, there's a river here. Oh, there's a farmland or something along those lines. But it looks like our people have discovered some things nearby. Looks like we have a stone field over there, so we can go ahead and become masons. And, ooh, this could be lots of iron ore. Right, well, in order for our people to advance into another age or era, we're going to have to perform some feats that allow us to basically make our tale and stake our claim as Raptorians. So this hunting party will eventually have to become kind of more of a settlement group as we make our first city. And it looks like we're in a great spot, always starting at a mountaintop. That is curious. A meteorite next to us. It must be a good sign for our people. The Neolithic era has ended, and it is now time for the Raptorians to shine. Let's go up to the area over here. Looks like a massive desert. Well, well, well. Almost like Africa already with some of the drier areas of the north. Oh, it looks like we've discovered copper here and more areas for stone. Well, in this case, porcelain, but minerals. Minerals that we can utilize. And that is, man, this is really beautiful looking territory. Go ahead and end our turn, and we'll kind of continue to explore around and eventually stake our claim in the territory. Another thing I really like about the game, too, is that the areas are kind of already divided up, where once you've claimed a city in this dotted line, you kind of get this region for yourself, so you can kind of take over regions by placing down cities. Let's go ahead and move over this way. And looks like we have a science area. Discoveries can be made by the first army coming here. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, this is really damn beautiful. I cannot believe how wonderful it looks all the time. Every time I play, I'm always impressed. Looks like we have another move, so let's skedaddle over here and find out what's there.
Just because a culture died out doesn't mean it wasn't worthy of study.
Ah, yes, we get to study some before us. A curiosity collected on what seems to be maybe a little fire. Some people leaving some skins behind or something. Hides or whatnot. All right, end our turn again. Now, Beowulf is out there somewhere, our sworn enemy. Actually, they don't have to be our enemy. We could always ally with them, too, and recognize their differences and improve our culture by learning from them. Looks like we have something undiscovered here. An unknown strategic resource. This could be anything from, I don't know, diamonds or gold or possibly oil. I'm not exactly sure what could be there just yet, so we'll have to find that out in time. And it looks like a little mysterious forest there. It's like a golden glow coming from there. Go ahead and end another turn. And we'll continue around here.
This way.
Ooh, another curiosity. Let's go over that way.
What's over there?
Oh, a lair and a sanctuary. Let's see, a lair. A dark and fetid dwellings of dangerous, aggressive wildlife. Or the sanctuary being a rich, diverse habitat with plenty to sack. Or it's also a breeding ground for peaceful animals. Which means that, well, our time as a hunting party would be quite beneficial. Let's go ahead and work our way over to that lair. I can't tell if that's at the edge of the map or it's right here. Whoa, that's a mammoth. Okay, that's a big boy. There's no way we're going to be able to take them on. We will be able to get another tribe if we get enough food, though. So if we continue to explore, we should be able to find or hunt other food in order to grow our population, as we're still kind of nomadic. So let's go ahead and end our turn here. I do like that about this game, though. A seed of an idea. It looks like an elder has an idea to plant or grind food. 25% on domestication research cost, or we get +2 food on a city or outpost. Well, let's go ahead and start planting all these seeds. We may not plant them right here, but it'll be beneficial later. Look at all these beautiful things down here. We have dye that we can discover now. Tea leaves. Even more tea. And coffee, too. So on one hand, down here we've got a lot of minerals, and up here we've got a lot more food and plants and such. So, all right, looks like we've stumbled into pretty prosperous territory. Unfortunately, there's a big river in front of us, so we'll kind of move down there. And that looked to possibly be food there. We're going to have to move a little bit at a time, then. Now, I'm not foolish enough to take on these, ooh, boy, these mammoths just yet. But we'll go ahead and kind of ignore them for now and still make our way up this way. A world deed accomplished. Be the first to discover Lake Hiller. Ooh, very pretty. Oh, I don't think I've seen this before. I'm not sure exactly where that is. That could be Africa. I'm Not sure. Does it say anything about it? Let's see. Well, not necessarily, but now it's our territory if we choose to build here and to wander within our lands. Wow, look at all the woolly mammoths. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and end our turn again. Not too eventful just yet, but of course things will kick off in just a little while as we found
Full
some
bellies
food.
and healthy children. I see where this is going.
Oh, yes. Now, over here, we discovered some before, but we walked past it. Looks like we need to get rather close in order to find food sources, so it might be a better idea for us to move little by little. Let's go ahead and end our turn again.
Onwards.
Ah, there's some more food there. Perfect. 15. Even more food. End our turn again. More strategic resources up at the top of the hill. Let's move our way to the, what we'll call the west here. Ah, and more food there. All right, let's move towards the, oh wait, we have a challenge or a new narrative event. These children need care and shelter. We'll be their guardians and they can become part of our tribe. Ooh. All right, let's go ahead and choose that trait then. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Now we get a free hunting party too, by the way. So let's see. We can bring these two groups together as well, our growing tribe. So now they have 4 movement. So we can go try to get yet another hunting party. So, some wanderers in the forest want to become Raptorians. Excellent. We will wander together and be safe in greater numbers. There we go. Now we've started to grow our forces. Ooh. And the woolly mammoth is moving around. We have to slay a mammoth. We've got to. It's just too epic not to. Let's go ahead and find some food here. And yet another woolly mammoth. 5 out of 20 to get yet another little force there. Another sanctuary nearby, too. This is all the land that we've discovered so far. We'll need to settle down and make a city shortly. Ooh, he's blocking a food source. Sir, if you wouldn't mind, or perhaps he can become the food source. Well, well, well. Now, I love the way the combat goes in this game. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think this is one of the more cooler setups for adding reinforcements and such. You can actually bring your forces together like this. And now we've merged into a party of 3. And can actually attack that woolly mammoth with a much more powerful attack. Now, our side is stronger overall. So let's go into manual battle mode. We're now going to hunt that woolly mammoth. And let's go ahead and end our deployment. And we've got him surrounded. Or we did until he moved, that little jerk.
For the tribe.
For the tribe, go, get him.
For the tribe.
For Raptoria. Gotta have that meat for that barbecue.
Fire be with us.
Excellent. Some killed and wounded, but we must have this as our epic. Whoa! He's going crazy. He took a lot of damage. Final attack. Let's get him, boys. Together as one. We got him! All right. And good food for us. Our tribe will become strong again as we rest. But the hunt was successful. And we find a strategic resource here. And we got yet another tribe with us. Excellent. Now we're fully strong with our hunting party. A growing tribe. Excellent. A slow start for Raptoria, but now a very strong one. Excellent. Very good. All right, we found some more nuts. Now, we should probably find an area to start our city. There's many good places around here. That's one of the troubles about this game, is that there's so many beautiful locations and so many wonderful, gorgeous areas to begin with. Who knows where to go? But we're going to get started here quick, so I think we're going to try to start a city up here on the hills. So let's move our way over there. We'll go ahead and have our army move that way, and then we'll split off and start making an outpost. We'll claim the territory up there, and then we'll split our groups up and then try to defend our territory as we continue to grow. So let's go ahead and have this group split off if we can. And we can also station them here or claim the territory, but we'll end our turn. And these tribes should be able to get stronger over time. Yeah, you can kind of see them healing up. Oh, those woolly mammoth. They've provided so much good food. And we'll also claim this area with the beautiful lake. I like that. That seems like a good idea for me. Or to me. Alright, one more. Oh! That's what I thought, sir. Yeah. That's uh-oh. 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 They're getting awfully sus. Alright, you guys go ahead and up there. Start to claim a territory. Type is not valid. Oh, we can't build up on the mountain? That's alright. We'll build down by the shore then. And there's a lot of strategic resources down here if we do. Ooh, lots of fertile farmland, actually. Even better. Let's start our city down there. So we shall become boat builders, we shall become miners, we shall become farmers and doctors and scientists. Many a decision to make for our tribe. Go ahead and have these guys go up here to these. Yep, the curiosity there. And we'll kind of keep two of these groups together then to defend against woolly mammoths or whatever may come our way. Let's go ahead and hold our forces here.
Nothing
We'll have them hold indefinitely. I don't want to take any more damage for these groups, so we'll kind of go ahead and stay put for now. Don't want to take any more damage until our forces are a little bigger. And the mammoths don't want to mess with us at all. They know. They've been watching the video. They know what happened.
This way.
All right, you guys go ahead and make a beautiful city there. And look at that. Gorgeous farmland springing up. Absolutely beautiful. We can also claim this territory in the north and continue to scout. So this is what we'll do. This hunting party will be our scouts. This will be more of our building party, and they'll go ahead and secure this area. And we'll go ahead and find out what's going on over here. A world aflame. Uh-oh. Oh, it looks like there's smoke and fire and... Uh-oh, things... Uh-oh. Somebody tried to burn down our city. Negative 25% city defense research cost, or a new army refugees next to the growing tribe. Let's do that and continue to grow our army. Era Star unlocked. Beautiful. And now we can advance. Or at least we can get ready to. Now we can go on from Neolithic times all the way up to more modern times too. So each time that we advance into an era, we can go from the ancient to the classical to medieval times, all the way up to early modern, industrial, and contemporary. Every time that we advance, we get to choose new cultural bonuses that give us, as you can see here, all sorts of different bonuses as all the different nations or societies or cultures, whatever you want to call them. So there's many an option here to make us stronger and definitely set us apart from other nations. Now, there's going to be many different nations that we'll see later on in time. So each time that you advance into an era, it's kind of random as to what will pop up. So as we claim some, many more will pop up. So let's go with the maybe somebody. Oh, here we go. Somebody who can be good at sea. And I would imagine here that yes, the 25% sailing research cost would be quite a bonus to us with the Phoenicians. So let's go ahead and go with them. Excellent. And now, as you can see, our outfit has changed. We've gotten a few bonuses for stability and money. And now we can start trading via boats and exploring. Glory to Raptoria. Beautiful. All right, our people have done a great job there. All right, and it looks like, yes, we get another tribe here. So we can go ahead and add them together. And now into one big army of a group of 3. I think we should fight and have another mammoth fight. That would be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do it.
be with us.
Oh, do they get reinforcements? Uh-oh. Hope not. A manual battle, please. Okay, we can only set up here, so let's go ahead and hold. Charge! Make like my credit card and charge. Oh, yes. Sneak over here.
Onwards.
Alright, so we're going to just continuously attack.
For
the tribe! Now, as our farms are growing and whatnot, we will also be farming, and we'll be exploring all these science areas too. So we'll have these groups for warriors, this group for building and exploration up there. Ah, it's so fun to fight the woolly mammoths. I wish there was more to fight too. It'd be cool if there was like a group of tigers or, need I say bears? No, thank you. But yet another successful victory for the Raptorians. Excellent. We can continue to hunt too, and we get some fame or fortune or whatever for that. That's pretty cool. It's always fun to do. All right, let's go ahead and move our forces as soon as possible to these science areas. We'll move there. My feet hurt.
Yes.
And there as well. Okay, let's end our turn again.
The challenges of a young civilization. It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel and you don't. Humankind learns quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish. Tribes settle towns. Towns develop markets, and markets begin the exchange of goods, services, and most important, rumors and hearsay.
Oh, yes. And, of course, with
How
the
appropriate to
docks
start
of
with the
Raptoria.
market, now that you will be leading the original traveling salesman.
Oh, yeah. We'll actually not have just markets, but ports, too. All right. Very nice. Okay, let's go to explore the science that's down there. Or there was in the last turn. But we'll continue to explore the shoreline, see what else might be there. Maybe because we've gone into the next era, these things don't interest us anymore. Maybe. We've grown bored of them. All right, and we have some new city names, which I think we can eventually change the name as well if we want to. I think the city will be built in 12 turns, so yeah, we'll eventually get some trade routes set up and continue to build more territories around here. Actually, we could build another city on this side and continue to advance our influence around the world. Lots of things to consider, too, that are around, including all that coffee and other materials that we sought out earlier. And we may never make contact with Beowulf, but we'll try to see at least. More woolly mammoths. Tasty and deadly. Alright. I do like how quickly some turns can play out in this game. Of all the other turn-based games that I've played, this one is definitely smooth in terms of like waiting for the both the like the barbarians or the individual nation states or the independent peoples as they're called here. Of course, it is a little bit more smooth. It's very quick. In fact, we're already, what, 16 turns into it, and it doesn't even feel like we've gone past maybe 5. We'll settle another city down here. Look at that beautiful river delta as well. We'll go ahead and set up more cities down the coastline, so that way we can trade up and down. And we'll set up another outpost. Maybe we can build one here. Oh, yes, next to the mountain, giving us a lot of options to mine. And this would be beneficial for food, too, if we settle down here. So the outpost will become a city, and we'll probably end up taking over this whole area here. Who knows how big this whole area could be? It could be a tiny little, like a gulf, or it could be a massive, like a sea, like the Mediterranean. Let's go ahead and proceed to the north here. I want to see what's up that way. And it looks like a nice little narrow pass here. So to be able to take this territory here, we could build a fortress which would deny enemies movement through this area. So it could be a very strategic point to be a choke point for the enemy. So that way they can't get through. Or, you know, like, for example, if we don't allow movement without permission, it's a great way for us to control and kind of bully the other nations in doing what we want. Now, we're only against one other one, but I find that to be interesting because then we know who our ally could be or our enemy. Oh, yes. Well, let's go keep looking around.
Right.
Now we can find all sorts of, as you saw before, natural wonders. In this case, it is it's a natural wonder, and controlling that now gives us +5 influence and stability and money as well. So the fact that we built a city there has a very good strategic value as well. We'll have to cross the river. Unfortunately, that gobbles up all of our movements, but you can see some pretty fertile land there. And look at that, animals rolling around the oasis there, or the watering hole. Very beautiful. Another city starting to be built there, and we'll continue our way north. Ooh, as we found yet another beautiful site. I built, as I believe, like the Greeks and the Romans before, and built gorgeous temples on the shores of massive coastlines. And look at that, yet another beautiful site. The Halong Bay, which I believe is in Vietnam. I wonder if it actually says there. But another 5 influence and 10 money or whatnot if we settle there. Base movement costs, cannot go through the tile. It's beautiful. Great tourist destination, I suppose. We'll start a city up there as well, because we have to. Now, I wonder if we could ever build like a lock or a canal system. I'm not sure if that's in the game, but I would love to see something like that, to be able to amass a fleet down here and then be able to move it through locks or channels or something that you could construct. That'd be quite cool. Looks like we have some research available, too, I'd been missing out on. We're going to have to go ahead and start with that. Let's see. Some things will be infinite, I suppose, without being really set up with our cities. Yeah, I don't think we can do any of this until we've got some cities down. Let's go ahead and start with what seems to be the easiest of task, which will probably be for us carpentry, or most important, as of course we're going to be building ships. So we better understand how to handle wood and construct glorious, beautiful big O ships. Let's go this way. Great music. The map looks wonderful. I love the subtle animations on all things like, for example, rivers and streams and, in this case, bays and such. It all looks just so nice. So wonderful. Let's go over this way. Another sanctuary discovered. I think also our territories need to be connected, so I think if we settle here, this territory might need to be connected. So this might have to be completed, although we can build a city anywhere around here. In this case, we cannot do it without 60 influence, so we'll continue to gather and gain influence as we grow. Let's go ahead and go up here, and we'll get ready to plop a city down there. Another strategic location, as the enemy will have to attack via fleets for a naval landing. It might be unwise for us to be cut off, but also might be smart, easier to fortify. Who knows? Could go both ways. Either
Over this way.
thing is possible. Oh my goodness. And now we got merchants coming through. Or that's one of our bonuses here. We're a power investor now. We can go ahead and do that on any sort of tile once we have the calendar. So that means we can trade our resources and do a little bit more powerful moves. Go to technology screen. Oh, would you look at that? We've got some good technology already. Fishing. Let's go with that. Maybe we can finish that next as well. So fishing will be our next thing, and then let's go with the calendar. Actually, we can only pick one at a time. Let's make sure we start with fishing for sure, which would be there. Okay, perfect. On to the next one. All right, we're going to keep our cities here, or our people here to build cities as soon as we have the influence. We've already started with our second outpost, which will be done in one turn, and our main city, which will be done a little bit later. Muspelheim. Isn't that from Norse mythology, the city of fire? Or am I misremembering that? Interesting. Let's go ahead and skip these guys for a little bit. Maybe it's spelt the same, but maybe different meanings. But it's Raptorian culture, so honestly, we can write it however we want it.
Over this way.
There they go, across the river. All right, we'll continue to explore up there. So it looks like us going with ships might be really beneficial. I see a lot of water here, so depending on where we build our cities, it could be a good idea. I think we'll build our next city there. And we'll fortify. Ooh, and it looks like we have some fish up there. Or, pearls, yeah. So another great resource on the water. We might not be able to take advantage of that until we expand, but if we actually build another city here, this would be very wise because we will get another +5 influence per turn. So that'll continue to generate influence for us as we go along and along. All right, let's continue to wait for these cities to grow. You guys can stay put. And this city is ready to go. And now we can relocate the outpost, but eventually we can create a city out of this. So right now it is an outpost, but we can rename it and create something else later. So for now, let's just go ahead and leave that as is. I don't want to move that at all. That seems like a good spot to do, so let's go ahead and keep that there. View only constructible. Yeah, I don't really want to move that location, so let's see. One of your outposts can be turned into a city. Oh, but that's not what option that it's showing me. I would like to build a city. There we go. That's the button I'm looking for. Evolve outpost to city.
First city constructed.
Ah, yes.
Walls, roofs, an outhouse.
Ooh.
Ah, the luxuries of civilization.
Absolutely. All right, let's expand on food production so that way our city can continue to grow. Or industry. Nope, we'll need to wait a little bit on that turn. This city will be ready shortly, too, to expand as well. So lots of great areas to expand from. A lumber yard if we want to. Byblos, we'll go ahead and call this... yes, our home capital of Raptoria Prime. Beautiful. It's like Amazon Prime, except cheaper, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and build something here. What else can we construct now? Oh, yeah, we can make military units so long as we get a higher population. But everything's kind of a little too close. We can refit some of these to be farms. So we'll go from -10. I'm gonna go ahead and leave all that. What else can we do? Outpost creation. We can now create an outpost if we want to. There's so many options for that. And we can also see a history of everything we've made. Public ceremonies, more food. Let's go ahead and install a pottery workshop first. We'll start with some basic stuff. Lumberyard will come later on. Not too many trees over there. Definitely better over here with this territory. Alright, now we have 66 influence. We should be able to secure this area up here. So let's go ahead and build an outpost up in this area. Oh, now we have a maximum of 74 that we need now that we built our first city. I see. Very clever. Alright, well, we'll keep that unit there. And there as well. But you guys can move up this way. And we'll try to make contact with Beowulf at some point. Maybe he'll want to surrender. Oh, yes. Love the map so far. Love the map. I wish when I zoomed out, that's really the only thing I want to see in the future is the ability to like zoom out and see the whole world in all of its beauty without the map. There might be a way to do that. I'm just not certain. But, oh, that must be... oh, it's a silk deposit. Wonderful. And back there, too? Oh, ho, ho. That'll be worth a lot of good money.
Keeping an eye.
All right, we'll keep you there. And we'll go ahead and make a city here, which will claim the region for us. Beautiful. And that'll allow us to claim this along bay as well. So now we'll have 2 beautiful world wonders, which will give us plus influence. And then, of course, Raptoria Prime, when that pottery is done as well, that'll give us some other bonuses too. Maybe not influence, but definitely some good money from selling all that pottery. Oh, the woolly mammoths are moving around again. Well, well. I see. Let's go ahead and go to battle. Let's have another battle. Another target of opportunity. Oh, we have 4 units? I can't believe it. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Alright, let's go ahead and attack.
Let's go!
Alright, these units will have to fight just alone.
Let's go.
And we can't do a diagonal attack like that, so... end that round. Oh, our people have gotten much better at fighting. They're probably going to be able to take it out in the next turn. After this one. No, they got it in this one. Crazy. Glory to Raptoria. Beautiful. And we didn't even lose any units. We got some money for that. Great. So it might be more beneficial to attack than I thought before. Alright, let's continue to explore.
Let's go.
Beautiful looking along the coast. Looks like we're entering... I'm not sure if that's cold. Looks like there might be snow on those trees. An interesting region to take a look at. Alright, so the next time that we build a city, it'll take 189 influence. So we can continue to explore down the coast until we come back. And as I suspected, there's probably going to be mostly water here, and then I'm expecting mountains or something to the south. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that and see how it all goes. Another victory for these units. And another turn to be ended. 35 is what we have for influence now. Let's continue to push to the west. Some of our cities are rather vulnerable now, but still doing all right. Ooh, and we have horses. Horses will be very important for any sort of cavalry. But luckily we went with the
Follow me.
more of a naval focus this time around. Ah, yes, the frozen north. So as we push more towards the top of the map, it looks like the weather actually will change. So we might see some more snow-like conditions. So there might be a chance for bad weather. I'm not sure if weather actually affects combat, but that would be really a neat thing to be able to see, like a large snowstorm or something, save your nation if you're about to be invaded or such. Oh, beautiful waterfall here. Look at that, folks. That is gorgeous. A river snaking all the way from this, what looks to be a meteorite site there. Oh, lots of waterfalls. Beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. I can't wait to take all the territory from me. In a totally not selfish, but definitely our kind of way. It's definitely ours.
Come over here.
Well, lots of water down here. Lots of waterfalls. Lots of gorgeous territory. Let's go ahead and continue to push south now. We've reached the northern realms.
Come over here.
Now it's time to go south. Oh, another woolly mammoth. That will give us cash, so let's continue to hunt. Now that we know how important that is. Actually, you know, at this point we could also do auto-resolve. There is a way where if you don't want to battle through the fight,
Yes, sir.
you can always go into auto-resolve. Although we're obviously going to win. Our forces are just far too powerful. We'll see how it goes when we start having to fight enemy archers and walls and get into the era of gunpowder and whatnot, but... Oh no, that mammoth is not going to make it. Oh boy, there he goes. Another victory for Raptoria. Beautiful. Alright, let's build a... I'd like to build some more food areas, but we'll have to start researching fishing, which will take 20 more turns, but I guess that means that our people can start working on logging. And look at that. Raptoria Prime has gained a population, which means now we can start making troops or scouts. Let's go ahead and make some scouts. Go explore our territory now that we've got a much more powerful population. And another battle that we can fight. Let's do instant resolution. Another Raptorian victory. All that money, baby. Man, we can buy everything. We're just gonna pay off Beowulf. He's just gonna want to retire. All right, let's go south. And let's continue to do the same over here. So let's see, we've explored what seems to be, just a very small section of the map. Actually, it's hard to tell where the middle is because it's hard to see where we've been or whatnot, but a small sliver. Boy, we're locking it down though. Beautiful. All right, let's continue to go south.
Off we go.
All right, this is my favorite, exploring shorelines like this and finding the river exits. Kind of lets you know what's on the inside. If you kind of work your way, it's like when you do a puzzle. If you work your way around the edges, you can then kind of circle your way towards the middle and see what the territory is like. By getting closer and closer towards the middle, you'll know whether or not you're facing off against a like a mountain or some plains. Hey, well, look at that. Empire Foundation. By what right do we rule? Founding myths and legitimacy. I think we'll have to choose one or the other. Natural right or divine mandate? Oh, let's go with natural right.
Why was this even a question? Let's keep it simple. We've been here. It's our place.
That's right. Many a decision to make in this game, too, in terms of all sorts of standings on law and religion and science, and then, of course, your military values on whether or not you want to go heavy into cavalry or maybe even science and focus on the latest weaponry. Oh, we found animal remains. Good. Gaining that influence like crazy now. We got real lucky. Plus 88 with a plus 27 per turn now. That's great. Couple more turns and we'll be able to build even more outposts. Not wise to... You can actually, now that I recall, you can build them disconnected. But, of course, the further they are away, the harder it is to reinforce. Let's go fight that right there. We got ourselves a deer. Oh, dear, they got Bob. Oh, well, that was close. Well, at least we got 5 coin for that. That's why the mammoths are so important, because they're worth 20. A lot of money.
Come over here.
All that, the meat, bone, fat, all important. Ooh, a big old mountain here. I wonder if we're dealing with the cultures of Africa DLC. Again, there's 6 new cultures, so they're probably going to be all of African history. We're also going to be looking at 5 new natural cultural wonders. So there could be anything from like Lake Victoria, Mount Kilimanjaro, various passes and deserts and things like that could be discoverable and, of course, give us influence, which is great. And, of course, those new decisions to be made as well. More animal remains, too. Very nice. But, yes, I am always looking for a reason to play Humankind again, although this is the type of game where you get 300,000 turns into it and you're like, okay, just one more. Just one more. But yes, the beginning is always exciting. You never know where your cities will land. You never know what territory is going to look like, or who your neighbors are going to be, or what your neighbors will be like. Maybe they'll be rowdy and try to invade you, like the Mongols, or maybe they'll be friendly and try to trade with you and build a lovely relationship and defend against somebody who's a little more rowdy. Very cool indeed. Wow, look at that. We've explored a good amount of the map. I'm starting to think like our friend is not here anymore. Oh, army composition. Now we can start choosing professional soldiers or conscripts. Professional
It does
soldiers.
seem logical that people shouldn't have to do a job unless they want to.
Ah, yes, but if we make our soldiers professional, they can be soldiers their whole lives, and when they're not out fighting, they can be good hunters and much more. All right, let's continue south. Our army's still kind of licking their wounds from the mammoth attack earlier. But they'll be all right, especially if we find more food and such. We'll bring more things back into the empire, the kingdom, whatever you want to call it. And we continue to push south. All right, I'm assuming at this point Beowulf's got to be in the south. We've got a wonderfully long continent here, almost like a very narrow Africa here. And then this seems to be almost like an island. So they must be, I'm assuming they must be in the west. We'll see about that. We will see about that indeed. All right, let's go south.
Over this way.
Good stuff. Ooh. Oh, that looks like a wonder there, but it looks like water, but it's actually like dirt, I suppose. Ah, more influence for us as our cities continue to grow. More woolly mammoths. Boy, oh boy. Gorgeous, isn't it? I love it. Raptoria Prime, set up against the mountains with a beautiful bay in front of them. A glorious and beautiful city, and the start of a glorious and beautiful empire. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed our first look at the Cultures of Africa DLC coming now to Humankind. Go ahead and check it out again on Steam, Epic, or the Microsoft Store. Links again down below in the description. Thanks again to Humankind for sponsoring today's video. And I'm definitely going to come back to this game sometime in the future to do a more lengthy playthrough. But it's always a pleasure to find out what's new in the latest patch, such as all those victory conditions, and all the things that have been added and changed, and many secrets yet to be discovered, such as those new cultures, natural wonders, independent people, and all the new narrative events. Some things that you don't want to know until you know. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Crazy Dinosaur Man out. Have a good one. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Glory to Raptoria.